What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. So my bad, it's been a while since I last uploaded a video on the channel, but for today, even though this is going to be a late one, figured I had to do it basically because I just stopped watching the Northdog stream in which they detailed the very first, I guess, big content update for Uncharted 4 Thieves, and it's coming out tomorrow in a patch, free to download for everybody. I guess it's 1.08 if I'm correct, and you know, they're just going to be adding lots of stuff to Uncharted 4 multiplayer, which is exactly what it needed because the base game itself was kind of, I guess, limited in terms of content, and we've all been complaining that we wanted more, right? So it's cool to see that doing that, and as I said, it's coming tomorrow already, so you can start playing. Now, just want to go over every single thing that they announced, what's coming tomorrow exactly, and share my thoughts on it. So the very first thing is actually a real big one, though at the same time it's kind of obvious. And by that I mean the leveling system that's coming now to Uncharted 4 multiplayer, which we've all been asking for, and it seems kind of obvious, kind of weird as well that it wasn't in there from the get-go, because it seems so obvious that if you put dozens of hours into a multiplayer game, you want to see some type of result or payment, I guess, payback to what you're doing, right, is just seeing your level increase. And therefore what they now did is they added a leveling system with a level 70 cap. You can prestige that or something, might come sometime later down the road, but for now it's just all the way up until level 70. You get XP from score, medals, a match completion bonus, so just pretty much the usual stuff that we're also used to from other multiplayer games, and then you also get items based on the level that you achieve. So it isn't all done for nothing, and I think, like, you know, for example, every 10 levels you'll get a new head skin or something like that, so pretty cool, but to me that's not really too noteworthy. So the second big thing is a new map, which is called Sunken Ruins. What it really reminded me of is a map that is very similar to the fort in Uncharted 2. That's kind of the vibe I got from it. Takes place around Avery's library, basically. It has these, I guess, three different parts of the map that are all next to each other. Avery's library itself, the building is in the middle, and then on the outer sides you have two outside areas. That's basically all I can say right now. Of course, they added stuff like grappling hook opportunities and those kinds of things, which is kind of obvious as well that they would do that. And it's looking pretty cool. Looks like a cool map, but of course I can't really say too much about it yet until I've started playing on it, which I will be doing tomorrow. Then we're also getting some new weapons, which are the Arrowhead, which basically is a AUG from the Call of Duty games if you've played those, or Counter-Strike or something like that. I think that's more like a very precise assault rifle, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, with, you know, a scope and everything like that. And then the second gun is a P90, which is going to be your very high rate of fire submachine gun for up close fights, which, you know, really won't do much or won't have much effect if you're trying to, you know, kill people from long ranges. Then we get the Agarwal .40, which I think, let me see, oh yeah, that's actually a pistol with a really slow rate of fire but very powerful. We get the Enforcer G26 pistol, which, you know, is pretty much the opposite of that, a fast rate of fire kind of pistol. And we get the Harbinger Sniper, which is a heavy weapon, semi-automatic. You can pretty much keep firing, you know, the whole time, and it requires 2 body shots to down somebody or 1 headshot to get him down as well. Then the other big thing, I guess, is the new Mystical, which I actually already knew about because it did kind of get leaked, I think, because beforehand, like months before the game came out, images of this Mystical already appeared online for some reason, but it wasn't in the base game, which is the Path of Indra, taken from the Eye of Indra, I guess, a comic thing that we got on PS3, right? What it allows you to do is it allows you to teleport through the map to an actual teammate. So if you simply aim at a certain teammate that's like all the way across the map, you can actually immediately teleport to that person instantly, which is, I guess, a pretty cool thing. Could be a very useful mystical, which the multiplayer definitely needed, because for me, you know, I've just been using like Eldorado and the Jintamani Stone the whole time. That's basically it. The other ones seem kind of useless to me. Then we have some new boosters, and pretty much all the stuff that I'm gonna, you know, mention now is not gonna be too noteworthy. The new boosters is you get a gifting booster, which means you can give your allies pretty much grenades and stuff. I think we had a similar booster in The Last of Us. Then there is the gunslinger booster, which allows you to swap weapons quickly. If you, you know, pretty much completely shot out your clip, right, your magazine, then you can quickly switch to your pistol to still down your enemy. We have the hardened booster, which is more for the sniper. bonus, which means you get a reduced pain wobble. So if you're being hit, it won't have that much of an effect on you, and you can still aim very accurately. And then we have the enhanced radar, where I was kind of like, oh god, this is exactly what we don't need. It means that you will get a larger radar range, so you will see your enemies from farther away on the map already. Plus you get added directionality, meaning you can even see where exactly they're walking towards. And the radar itself already to me is kind of like an addition that I don't think is that great, you know, in pretty much already, right? And then enhancing it even with a booster, yeah, it doesn't seem like a great idea to me, but we'll see how it turns out when we actually get to play it. Then finally we have some new skins, mainly a lot of pirate versions of the characters we knew. Look kind of cool and funny, I guess, but at the same time, really, I mean, out of place. Uncharted multiplayer already is kind of out of place compared to the single player, because the multiplayer is not serious in any way, but especially with these pirate versions and with the skins they're adding now, it's completely over the top. So yeah, have a look for yourself, of course. And then we have added options for custom games, which is cool, but at the same time, you know, that's what I heard them talk about in that stream, is they're like, yeah, we've heard many people ask for like a classic mode and stuff, and basically what we did is we added a lot of more options to custom games, so you can create your own game mode that you want to play. But it's like, I mean, you will need 10 people in your lobby for that, right? So why do you not just add an actual new game mode? You know, if you're putting all this stuff in your game already, why not simply create one or two new game modes out of it that you can actually play online with random people? Because that's exactly what it needs. You know, the 3 game modes that are there right now, that's not enough. That's just my personal opinion, right? It's not enough. We need it more, and it's really easy for them to do that because the options are already in the game. Why they're not doing that? So in the end, you know, what they also said is there is another update still coming out this summer. They're kind of doing not exactly what they said on the roadmap at first, and I think that is because of the kind of backlash, because many people complained that the multiplayer didn't have that much content at first, so they realized, oh yeah, we definitely need to come out with more than we said originally. And the feeling I get ultimately is, yeah, it's cool, we have a leveling system now and a new map and some weapons, mysticals, boosters, that kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely needed, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I would have already wanted, honestly, 1 or 2 additional maps, you know, not just one. Seems kind of, scarce right now, right? Like, it's not that much. And at the same time, why don't you just simply add another 1 or 2 new game modes that could be for the different kind of players that don't just want to play very team-based multiplayer right now. So, with that being said, those are kind of my thoughts on the new Uncharted 4 content update that's coming out tomorrow. Of course, we're gonna have to wait and see how exactly everything is gonna pan out, and if it's gonna be, you know, more or less awesome than we think right now. But you know, I would of course like to know your thoughts in the comments. And for now, this was once again a new video. It's been a week, as I said. Sorry for the delay, kind of, but I'm gonna be talking a bit more about that in the near future, I guess, in terms of what's currently going on in terms of my personal situation, right? So with that being said, thanks everybody for watching. Hope to see you again next time.